Well, I finally got around to watching Greta Gerwig's Little Women from 2019. It's now literally almost 2023. I really did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as Gillian Armstrong's Little Women from 1994, but I do have a supernatural, completely biased love for that film. Basically, between the years of 1994 to about 2004, I watched that movie religiously, almost on a daily basis. So, of course, nothing is going to compare to that cast, that soundtrack. I adore that movie. But this actually is not a movie review. This is a sewing project. Today I am going to start a project that includes 3 different pieces. I was incredibly inspired by the scene where the girls are in their pajamas, and I want to kind of recreate something like that for myself. In this movie, they actually had a nightshirt that went to about the knees, and you got to see the pantaloons, and I want to throw in some kind of like half jacket, half robe type situation as well, like Joe was wearing. I'm going to go ahead and go through my pattern stash, see what I have, and come up with a super cute PJ outfit for myself. So let's go. So I just finished the pantaloons, and it was a little challenging because the instructions were so vague. I used a children's vintage pattern. It didn't even specify size or measurement. I guessed I was a size small just by eyeballing it, and luckily it worked. Here's the instructions. It said something to the effect of, make pantaloons, make sure they look good. I honestly felt like a contestant in the semifinals technical challenge of Bake Off or something. There were plenty of things that were kind of new to me. I have never made pin tuck details before. I decided to add lace to the bottom, and I wasn't sure if I should add lace on the top or if I should hide it underneath. I ended up putting it on top because when I placed it underneath, I thought it looked awkward. So a lot of this is just intuitive sewing. I think the whole outfit, once completed, is going to look pretty all right. Hey everyone, just a quick update. I think this project is breaking me. It started out really strong because I was very excited. I acquired a new skill that I wanted to share with you. It looks kind of challenging and hard, and you're wondering, how is that done? But when you actually do it, it's not that hard at all. The lace on the front, you can see through it. I basically have solid fabric mixed with lace, and when it lays on the skin, it creates a really beautiful contrast versus down here where you can see just the lace sewn over right onto the fabric. Now, the rest of the garment has been destroying me. There's so many elements to it that are overwhelming. I'm also losing my voice. It is making me sick. We're gonna have buttons down the front. I made the placket, But yet on the sleeve here, they have me do loops. And the loops are just such an unnecessary added feature. I think I'm going to undo the loops and just put buttons here. I find that every time I do something, I end up undoing it. So I'm basically remaking a garment that I don't even think that I really like 2 or 3 times. I guess it's all been worth it because I have acquired this new skill, and I honestly feel like I can incorporate it into any outfit that I choose. To place the lace on the fabric, I use my favorite method, which I'm just going to call pin and ball. You basically stick 2 pins where the top and bottom of the lace should go, and then you eyeball it to make sure that it lines up properly. So pin and ball the 3 lace pieces onto your actual fabric, and then you're going to go ahead and stitch it on. Stitching occurs here as close to the edge as possible. You leave the top open and you stitch all the way down and over and all the way back up. Then you turn the garment over, you stick the scissors in the pocket that's created by not finishing off the top piece, and you literally just slice down. You spread that open. I zigzagged my edges because there was enough. The lace was wide enough that by cutting it down the middle, I still had about a 1/4 inch seam allowance on either end. And because I know how much linen frays, I zigzagged the edges of the fabric that I cut, and then I ironed it flat. And then you just go in and literally just top stitch as close to the edge as possible, basically pinning down that piece that you opened up. It was a really simple thing to do. It was a little bit time consuming, but the desired effect is so worth it. Whereas some of the other features on this particular nightgown, so not worth it. Hopefully once I fix the few things that are kind of irking me, it won't be a complete waste of time and fabric. I really want to like this dress. I just don't yet. I think I actually pulled this outfit back from the brink. I'm about to head out and go film the reveal, and hopefully it will translate like I am picturing it in my mind. There were several things that I had to change about the outfit, but I'll discuss that after I get back. Wish me luck. It was so beautiful outside. I could not get over the fog. And then when I saw the rain falling on the ice, so it was a really fun reveal to shoot. Overall, I'm pleased with how the outfit turned out. As you're aware, I did not make the robe. I didn't make the robe for a couple reasons. One, these ruffles are too thick in my opinion. Now, I love a good ruffle just like the next person, but the thickness here was kind of prohibitive. If I put a robe over it, it would make me look like I had 1980s shoulder pads, and that was not the vibe I was going for. The second reason I didn't make a robe was I just ran out of time. This nightshirt was really challenging for me to sew. I did convert it from a pattern and I kind of made it up as I went along and modified it a bunch. That probably contributed to the confusion. Certain things worked out, others didn't. I ended up taking the loops out and putting the buttons in. I like this a lot better. I extended the back panel to give it more width because, like I mentioned, this was actually just a shirt pattern, and I thought if I kept it as a shirt pattern and just went straight down that there really wouldn't be enough give and movement. You know, there were certain things that I just kind of guessed, and mostly it worked out. I do enjoy the pantaloons. They're pretty fun. I can honestly foresee myself just wearing these with other garments that I have. I don't know, I think it would be fun to wear a thick bulky sweater with pantaloons. The nightshirt I don't really foresee myself wearing too much. I'm glad that I made it. I'm really happy that I learned this new skill here. I'm going to incorporate that into other things that I make moving forward for sure. If I modify this, I probably would reduce the bulk of this ruffle here and maybe actually just use more like a ribbon trim so I could feel like I could put something over this. I usually cannot wear just one layer. I have to layer up, and this is just too bulky to really layer anything with. Maybe I could put something under it, but definitely not over it. We've come to the end of another project. I just want to let you know that I deeply appreciate you tuning in. I love to hear your feedback, so please post things below. I promise to comment. If you enjoyed the video, if you could subscribe and like it, it means the world to me. I really would love to do this more often and make this less of a hobby and more of a career, and your support is absolutely vital for that to happen. So again, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next project. Bye!